Since the dawn of time, there has been two forms of Pokemon battle.
Well, technically, you do know there are triple battles and rotation battles and...
Nobody likes those boats. Nobody.
Generally, when you find a Poke Battle tuber, you'll usually find that they only do 6v6 battles or 4v4 VGC doubles. So, by the end of this video, we're going to find out which style of battle is technically more intense on the brain muscles. We'll break it down into 4 categories and give points on this neat little scorecard that I spent hours photoshopping. Hours. Well, okay, to BH, if you had the budget, I'd love to get brain scans of a top player like Aaron Cybertron playing single battles and double battles to actually see what a legit trainer's brain looks like when doing these kind of battles, but we're poor boys! And girls. How you doing?
Let's begin with a little history.
Single battles have always been a thing since Pokemon Red and Blue. They didn't get the intensity kicked up until Pokemon Stadium released in 1998, where computer opponents got straight up absurdly difficult. They forced players to think about top-tier strategies such as team composition, status moves, and chip moves such as Bind and Clamp, which were totally OP. Now, this may sound a little basic to today's standards, but this was a different time. Clamp and Bind actually made the opponent immobile, and Dragonite was OP thanks to the fact that there were very few ice types in the game. All in all, the game was very difficult, and players really had to adapt if they wanted to get a chance to even fight Mewtwo at the end. Since then, single-type battles have been very, very prominent in Pokemon adventure campaigns. But unfortunately, it's been absent from VGC competitive play. On the flip side, double battles were introduced in Ruby and Sapphire, released in 2002. Although it wasn't the main mechanic of the game, or for that fact, like 80% of the game, there were a few trainers that would challenge you to double battles occasionally. There was even an entire gym dedicated to dubs. So one day, the people on Game Freak were like, hey, dubs is cool. Let's make a game all about dubs, and bada bing, bada boom, 1 year later, we get the greatest Pokemon game of all time, Pokemon Coliseum! Listen, man, sorry if that scared you. I just freaking adore this game. I could gush about this game for literally hours, but I'll save it for another video if you guys want to see. Like, comment, and subscribe. But if you haven't played this game, go to your local GameStop and buy it. Or emulate it. Chef don't judge! This is a game that is 100% double battles. Not a single battle in the campaign at all. It was such a good learning tool for double battles. The game even started you off with an Umbreon and an Espeon, a tank and a glass cannon, 2 classifications of Pokemon that you currently see on VGC teams. Meanwhile, the boys at GamePro are like, hey! People really like this mode! Let's make more money, boom! Official VGC tourneys. 5 years later, in 2008. What took so long? I don't know. Game Freak. I don't know, man. And while this happened, Game Freak was like, single battles? What's that? Psh, I don't know what that is. There could be a couple of reasons for not including single battles in VGC. One thing that we cannot deny is that single battles do take longer. A single 6v6 match typically takes between 20 to 40 minutes, while a VGC match usually lasts half as long. But I digress speculating why singles isn't a part of VGC, but let's get back to the topic at hand. Which set of battle is harder to play? Number 1! Regulations. VGC Dubs is known for the regulation of limited playable Pokemon each season. Well, while in singles, there are no regulation. Any Pokemon goes, it's a bloodbath. I'm just gonna be a little preemptive and give this point to singles, simply because you need to know more about what different Pokemon want to do. Who remembers this guy? What was his name? Kuchi? Oh, that sounds suggestive. Oh, that was a Japanese name. Oh well. This thing looks like it belongs in Kingdom Hearts, but it's really freaking great and was a very prominent Mega Evolution back in the day of previous VGC metas. It is literally never seen in the current VGC meta because it's not a part of the Alolan Dex. But in singles, you're more likely to see Mawile, meaning you need to know its typing, move pool, stats in order to counter it. Take this Pokemon and apply it to how many Pokemon are there? 802. 802? Oh Dear Lord, God, that's a lot. That's a lot to memorize.
Number 2, team building.
You know what I despise? I hate when a friend challenges you to a Pokemon battle, and they don't tell you that they want to do a Dubs match, and you're already, like, organize your team, and it's just like, a little warning would be nice, dude. I just arranged my single battle team, now I gotta go back into my PC, to arrange my items. It's just dirty. It's just dirty. It's like going into your local ice cream parlor and asking for chocolate chip, and the maestro says, oh, we're out of chocolate chip. Is mint chocolate chip okay? Are you kidding me? No, chocolate chip and mint chocolate chip may look the same, but they are completely different. They may smell the same. They may even have the same temperature, but it's not the same thing. Mint chocolate is gross. Single battle teams and double battle teams may look the same, but they are 100% different. Although some moves might carry over into both forms of battle like Volt Switch, there are very, very different moves that are used in each battle. Let's take a look at the most common move in VGC, Protect. Almost every Pokemon on a doubles team runs Protect unless it's like a Choice Scarfer or something along those lines. Even sweepers use Protect to defend against Z moves or when the opponent decides to double into a slot. This is known as reading your opponent, and it's also prominent in singles, but just in a different way. See, in singles, Protect is usually put onto tanky Pokemon that are meant to stall out your opponent, whether it be Burn, Poison, or wait out a PP move or something like that. This leads to the reads of switching on Protect, bulking up, pretty much forcing each side to think when is the opportune time to strike. So really, building your team just depends on your game type and style of play that you prefer. Is one more particularly advanced than the other? No, not really, so let's just give a point to each and call it a day.
Number 3, selection screen.
Every battle begins at the Pokemon selection screen. Since every Pokemon will be used in a single battles, your selection really only depends on your first Pokemon chosen to go out. Anytime I stream, I always say these words. We're gonna start again with our Mushroom God. Try to get a nice sweep going, and then we're just gonna play it by ear because that is just how singles battles works. You play it by ear. While on the flip side, double battles require you to weigh out all your opponent's options. Since you're only allowed to pick from 4 Pokemon, are you going to go with your main strat, or do you have to counter your opponent's strat? And if so, is your opponent going to counter your counter strategy, thus negating your strategy? Or is he going to do the obvious play on purpose? Then you can use your main strat, in which case you win.
But no, he just countered your counter, so you lose. And by the misplays, you just lose on the...
Oh my god, what is happening? Point goes to double battles.
Number 4, sweeping versus stalling.
Just gonna say this flat. Single battles is way more stalling than double battles, because in double battles, just like nuke everything, pin it in the face, Z attacks, go over explosions. In single battles, there's a lot more setting up for sweeps using Calm Minds and Dragon Dances. Other stally prominent strats such as Toxic Stalling, Stealth Rocks, Roaring are virtually non-existent in doubles play. Not to mention that switching out is a huge mind game in singles, but not so much in doubles. Fellow Professor Megabuster says this perfectly in his tweet. In single battles, there's a lot of lurking and waiting for your opportunity to out-predict your opponent and take him out, and hopefully you'll get a snowball effect going. Now, I'm not saying doubles doesn't require prediction, it certainly does, but I feel that in doubles, you stick more to your game plan that you set at the beginning of the match. Let's take Pelipper for example. Great Toxic Staller in single battles, but in double battles you are more likely to see a Tailwinder Pelipper, simply for the fact to gain speed to just annihilate the opponent. And on that note, points go to... man, they don't go to anyone. In fact, forget the points. Both forms of battle are difficult in their own special way. Pokemon at the end of the day is a singles battle game because of the adventure mode. Sun and Moon doesn't teach you a thing about in-depth doubles play, while it teaches you everything you want to know about single battles. Once you beat the game, you make your way to the battle tree, and then the game's like, hey! Welcome to the battle tree! Here you have stupidly tough trainers, good luck getting the super double battles, bye! From the eyes of a bright-eyed 10-year-old, this is a huge challenge because they literally have little to no experience in doubles battle from playing the game. Pokemon isn't like normal player versus player games like Street Fighter. In Street Fighter, they have an insanely detailed training mode that teaches you the combos. Once you take the time and master those combos, you could focus on countering your opponent and countering different characters as well. Meanwhile, in Tournament, they're just like, yo! Good luck against Red! He's got a Snorlax! What I'm saying is the level of entry for VGC is still very, very, very high. We have an entire generation of new and young players that want to get to the level of Cybertron and Wolfie Glick, but the game isn't teaching us about it. We learn from YouTube and Twitch channels when we should be learning from the game itself. So, Pokemon Company, if you're watching this, and you're just dead set on not giving us like a VGC for singles, can you please, can you do me a solid? Can you just do me one solid? Can you please give us Pokemon Colosseum DX 2.0, the sequel for the Nintendo Switch? Learn about Pokemon battles, training modes like an XD, get Shadow Pokemon, purify them, blow up, and please, give us the return of the swag-tastic Mirror B, the greatest boss in Pokemon history and the greatest theme of all time. Just listen to this track. Outtakes are on the way, so stay tuned till after the credits. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, I got another sweet video all about Tapus here, so you should definitely check it out. I have another awesome episode about Ultra Beasts in the works right now, so why not subscribe to get instant notifications when they are on the internet? I really hope you guys are enjoying this series. I love making these videos. They're such a joy, and just thank you guys so much for all the likes and the shares, and those. You guys rock. Huge shout out to my artist, Traces of Life, my boy. Check out his amazing work. Special shout outs to our producers. If you would like to become a producer, why not subscribe on our Twitch channel? Stardheim, Quackman, Raidman, Kimbra, Third Degree TV, and Kezo. Hi! Thank you guys so much for all your support. Check out our Professor of the Week. If you would like to become a Professor of the Week, leave a comment and it may get chosen to be in the show next time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see all you fellow professors in the next video. Bye! Well, that just looks awful. Oh, that was my Capture 3DS.